The Lebanon crisis. If a man storms into a bank with a gun and clears out the vault, anywhere else on earth we call that a felony. But in Lebanon, if you walk into a bank with a gun to take your own money, people will applaud you. They call you a hero. Welcome to Beirut, once known as the Paris of the Middle East. It used to be a playground for the wealthy, its banks overflowing with dollars. But overnight, it turned into a prison of despair. This isn't just a recession. It is a national magic trick. In the blink of an eye, an entire country's wealth evaporated. Banks locked their doors, ATMs were unplugged, and your life savings turned into nothing but meaningless numbers. Go back a few years, and any Wall Street elite would have told you, Lebanon's economy is rock solid. Why? Because they had a genius central bank governor, Riyad Salameh. The man was a magician. For over 20 years, he maintained a sacred formula. $1 always equals 1,500 Lebanese pounds. No matter the wars or crises outside, that rate never moved. It gave the middle class a false sense of security. They thought holding Lebanese pounds was as good as holding dollars. But anyone who understands finance knows one thing. In this world, the only thing that doesn't fluctuate is something that's dead. Since this country produces almost nothing and survives on imports, where did this gravity-defying stability come from? The answer is simple, and it is dirty. They called it financial engineering. Sounds sophisticated, right? Let me translate that for you. It was a Ponzi scheme, a textbook Ponzi scheme. The government wasn't just broke, it was drowning in debt. To keep that damn exchange rate alive, the central bank needed a constant flow of fresh dollars. So they told commercial banks, give us your customers' dollars, and we'll pay you insanely high interest. Greedy for profit, the banks complied. They took ordinary people's deposits and lent them to the state. And what did the government do with that money? They paid off old debts, subsidized luxury imports for the elite, and padded their own private accounts in Switzerland. As long as new money flowed in, the game continued. This wasn't just a robbery. This was luring the victims into the vault and then locking the door from the outside. Like all Ponzi schemes, the music eventually has to stop. But in 2019, the music didn't just stop. The DJ smashed the speakers. It all started with a ridiculous joke. The government tried to tax WhatsApp calls. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. People took to the streets, and the cash flow dried up. So, what did the banks do? They committed one of the most shameless acts in modern business history. They took everyone's money hostage. You have $1 million in your account? Cool. But you can only withdraw $100 a week at the useless official exchange rate. They call these lollars, Lebanese dollars. They look like money, but in the real world, they are toilet paper. Want to transfer your money abroad? Sorry, system maintenance. Unless you're part of the political elite. That's a different lane. Reports show that while ordinary people were queuing for bread, billions of dollars were quietly flying out to Zurich and London. If economic collapse is a slow suicide, then August 4th, 2020 was the execution. 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate sat in a port warehouse for 6 years. Every official knew, nobody cared. Until that moment, boom! That explosion didn't just level half of Beirut, it physically incinerated the country's last chance of functioning. Buried beneath that mushroom cloud were not just victims, but the last shred of dignity for the Lebanese economy. Now you might be sitting in your comfortable chair, laughing at Lebanon's corruption, but I want you to check your own wallet, because this story is sounding more and more like your future. What Lebanon did, printing money to pay debts, diluting debt through inflation, and over-leveraging the banking system. Does that sound familiar? That is exactly what every major economy on earth is doing right now. The only difference is that Lebanon was a small boat, so it capsized first. We are on the Titanic, still arguing over seats in first class. When a nation's banking system stops being a vault and becomes a dumpster for government debt, your money is no longer your money. The Lebanese pound lost 98% of its value. Think about it. If your life savings shrank by 98% today, could you survive? Lebanon taught the world a brutal lesson. Currency isn't paper, it is trust. And when that trust is broken, the veneer of civilization peels away instantly, revealing our primal instincts. In this story, no bank was robbed. The real robbers were the ones running the bank. So ask yourself, are you sure your money is safe?